So I want a penthouse in Shoreditch, and it's not every day that I stay in somewhere like this. So I wanted to get a video recorded and out there. So if you're thinking this is a really weird, terrible lighting situation, yeah, it is. But hey ho, this video is going to be full of hopefully actionable tidbits. So I'm going to try and brave the wind and the rain to deliver this to you. Anyway, as someone whose next birthday is going to be the last of his 20s, aka I am going to be 29, I'm getting old, I'm getting weathered, I'm getting grey. I want to give some advice to, honestly, younger me. So if you are just entering your 20s, or maybe, you're in your early or mid-20s, I want to give you some advice. And the way I'm going to frame this is just advice that I wish that I had when I came into my 20s. It's not all going to be business-centred. Some of it will be life-centred. But I feel as someone who has enjoyed his 20s, I think to the max, I'm in a good position to offer some golden nuggets. And if you haven't viewed my channel before, if you've never seen my videos, my name is Sam Crawford. I am a Squarespace web design expert, and I also coach web designers how to scale their business to over 100k in less than 12 months. If you want to check that out, go into the description and you'll see sixfiguredesign.club. That's my program. You can apply for it there. That's the only pitch that I'm going to do. I promise. And just in case, you're thinking, well, who the hell is he to offer any advice? Well, if you haven't seen the video on my channel already about my story, just a really quick overview. I came into my 20s, no direction, obviously university student, working really odd jobs, pot washer, litter picker, bin loader, anything and everything. I had no direction, no real skill, no purpose, and tried every then online money making system you could think of: copywriting, social media, paid ads, blah blah blah. Stumbled on Squarespace, found that it was a really good fit. The barrier to entry was really low, high ROI. Thought, okay, let's try this. Went all in, scaled. Last month we hit $82,000. That is going to continue to scale. So, and also it goes without saying, I actually enjoyed my 20s massively as well. During the partying years, during the university years, I've had an immense time. If you go over to my Instagram, I still have so much fun. And so it's not all about just locking yourself in a room and just working yourself to the bone. There's a time and a place, but I'm not one of those people. So with that out the way, the first thing that I want to hammer home is enjoy it. Your 20s, if they're anything like mine, are going to be just amazing. Everything is going to be new. Everything is probably going to be the first time you've done it when you experience things. Like for me, the first proper holiday with my girlfriend that I went on, that was the first time doing that. The first time I ever upgraded my train ticket to not even first class. It was standard premium, which is the slightly higher one. That was a buzz. Everything's a buzz. You can go on holiday. You have very little responsibilities for the most part. You can do things and you don't mess up your body too much. You can go out, stay out late, have fun, whatever. So just enjoy it. Don't be duped into thinking every single waking moment of your life has to be work. Especially if you're in your very early 20s. You can have fun. And also, number two is it's a contentious one. So I would say if you want to go to uni, go to uni. So a lot of entrepreneurs or businessy types, they will say university is a scam, it's a waste of money, blah blah blah. Now, it is a waste of money in that you have to pay, what is it now, including loans, maybe £50,000 to go and learn pretty much outdated advice, unless you're in the medical field or you need something that requires you to go to university. I did sports psychology, I got a first class degree, and I've never used it. I loved it, but never used it. The whole point of university is to meet people, get used to living away from home, enjoy life, again, experience everything for the first time. I would say university was just one of the best things I ever did. Okay, I didn't use the skill that I learned, but I picked up life skills along the way. So don't let people demonize university to a degree where you're listening to those people and just not going. If you have a path set out, and you know university's not for you, okay, fine. Like, great, you're not in debt. But don't let people put you off just because you think that's the cool thing to do. Number 3 is, I would say, adjacent to this, is that you need to learn a skill. If there's time and a place for all the fun, but you need to start building a skill set. You need to become of value to the workplace or the marketplace if you want to earn money. So what I did was I tried to learn copywriting. I did copywriting for a while. I did blogging. I did social media. I did all of this. And, you've just got to try things. Then I found one skill that I was like, oh, this suits me, and it was web design. It could be the same for you. It could be something entirely different. But you want a skill whereby it's going to be of value to businesses. It's going to be of value to other people. It's going to be something that you can sell. So if you want to make a lot of money, you probably want to go into freelancing, or you want to start your own business. And to do that, you need a skill that you can charge a good amount of money for consistently, and you can scale that up and train people how to do it and all of this. I won't go into the weeds here, but you need a skill. So you want to be looking into, I would say, main things. People say AI. I don't know. I don't know how to become skilled in AI. I don't use it that much. Maybe have a look. If you can become an AI expert, great. The skills that are always going to be around are going to be copywriting. That's where most people will start. Social media management, possibly. One thing that I think is going to be really popular is personal brand ghostwriting. So I have a ghostwriter for my LinkedIn posts. You can get them for X, you can get them for emails, you can get them for Instagram, whatever it may be. Ghostwriting, so copywriting and ghostwriting for personal brands and founders and businesses, it's going to be really popular. I think that's a great way to go. You've got what I do, web design, so it could be Shopify, it could be WordPress, Wix, Webflow, Framework, Squarespace, whatever. I think web design is the best thing to get into for most beginners. You can just build with blocks. You don't have to code anymore. It's no code. So you can just go in, build a page, put a section in the page, put a block in there, style it, learn on the job, charge $100, $200 out the gate. And you can scale that. My biggest site to date was $70,000. I was never traditionally trained in websites whatsoever. And it's not like it's this super duper skill that only the elite can learn. Anyone can learn to do it. Anyone can learn to do pretty much anything. But web design, in terms of the leverage and the ROI that you get, is a wonderful skill to learn and to scale. So throughout your 20s, you want to be learning a skill or multiple skills. And this is something else that I have down here. I'll skip to this. It's you want to fail as much as you can. So actively seek to fail. Because what holds so many people back is the fear of failure. They neglect to actually seek out opportunity because they are scared of failure. But if you flip the script and you actively start seeking out failure and say, hey, I want to go and fail at that and learn quickly, then you take all of the fear away. You take all of the power away from this big bad wolf that you've created, which is fear to start, or paralysis by analysis, or analysis paralysis. You know what I'm trying to say. You take away its power entirely. So the thing that I do quite a lot is I'll go into a field, not an actual field, but like a field that I want to learn or become good in, and I'll say, okay, I know I'm going to fail. I know I'm going to suck. I'm just going to go in and make sure that I fail fast and learn. Every single time you fail at something, you will learn a lesson. And this feeds into your skill. You don't get good by just reading textbooks or reading blogs or even watching videos like this. You get good by doing the thing, failing at the thing, getting feedback on the thing, and then doing the thing again, and then rinse, repeat. So really important that you seek out failure constantly. What else have we got? Train your discipline. Discipline, and this comes into another point that I had, which is health and fitness should underpin everything. So let's put those together. I had zero discipline when I was in university, or honestly, throughout my whole childhood, teenage years, university, I had zero discipline. I would wake up sometimes when I wasn't, even when I was in a lecture, I'd miss it, wake up at 2 p.m, like have a coffee, lunch, and then maybe have some beers and then go out. Just zero discipline. If you see me online now, I am in the gym doing your, your ice baths, your saunas, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll work 12, 13 hours a day, turn the computer off, go to sleep. That's pretty much all I do every day. And you would not believe that if you knew me 10, 15 years ago. You wouldn't believe it. And the thing is, people think either I am lazy or I am motivated. It's not that cut and dry. You need to train it like a muscle. Your discipline is a muscle that is trained like everything else. So start small. People say, oh, eat the frog, do the hardest thing first thing in the morning. You need to warm up. Small actions create momentum, and that which is in momentum tends to stay in momentum. That's a law of physics or something like that. I don't know. But basically it means if you are in motion, you will tend to stay in motion. If you are at rest, you will tend to stay at rest. So it may just be sending one pitch. Let's say you've started your web design journey. It may be sending one pitch on Upwork, or creating a package on Fiverr, or responding to 5 emails in the morning, then going to the gym, and then coming back, doing maybe, another couple of pitches, maybe some client fulfillment, and then carrying on with the rest of your day, because those small things compound. Obviously you're planting seeds over time that will pay dividends, but you are also training yourself to be a disciplined individual. And then, a bit of a tangent, but health and fitness plays a huge part in this. If you can commit to 2-3 days in the gym every week, you'll start to notice obviously changes in your body, but changes in your psychology as well. So I truly believe, and I'm not a fitness guru, but having a fit mind and body pays huge dividends to your business. Discipline of the self equals discipline in every facet of your life. And if you can bring that discipline and that work ethic from your personal life into your business will scale. And I know that sounds like super surface level advice, but if you just go to the gym, maybe do a run, such simple things, maybe eat better, your cognition is sharper. You feel like you can work longer, you sleep better, you have more energy. All of that translates into business. So it's just a really good habit to pick up now and bring through your 20s, through your life. You'll probably even live longer. It's small things that you're building right now. Listen, I'm talking to 20 or 19-year-old me, just about to enter his 20s. I would say it's the most important thing. There's a saying of the well man has a million wishes and the sick man has only one. And it's so true. If you have your health, it underpins everything. And if not only you have it, but you are thriving, then your business will thrive as well in whatever endeavour that you do go into. So my hands are absolutely freezing here, so I'm going to try and wrap this up soon. Number 5, your 20s feel infinite until they're not. I feel, and this is because basically, let's say you enter your 20s. It's going to be from 20 to 30, it's going to be 33% of your life, I think, or like a third of your life. That to you is going to feel much longer than your 30s, because your 30s is going to be a quarter of your life, which takes up a lot, does take up a lot less of your lifespan. Hopefully that makes sense. So it feels like you've got forever. And honestly, my 20s do feel like they've gone on forever. But now I'm at the end, or coming up to the end, it does feel a bit like it was over in a flash. But because I've enjoyed the early years, because I found a skill that I was good at, because I scaled that skill and developed discipline and health and well-being and all of this, I can look back at my 20s, and yes, they've gone over in a flash, but I've had honestly, no regrets. I've built a brand, I've built a wonderful relationship, businesses, but I also had all the fun and continue to have the fun because I've built my life in a way where I can have fun and I can do all of these cool things, like stay in this penthouse in Shoreditch. We're going to a Squarespace event in maybe an hour or so. We're doing all these cool things because of the way I've set my 20s and my life up. From 20, I was about 24 when I started all of this. I'm 28, coming up on 29 now. I couldn't be happier, and this is why I want to try and bestow this advice on young, hungry, entrepreneurial types who want to come through this journey as well. I do think if you put into practice the things that I'm talking about here, you will have a fantastic time in your 20s, 30s and beyond. Now, what else have we got? I'm going to use one last one because I'm absolutely freezing and I'm getting wet. So join as many networks as you can. Actually, I can't even feel my fingers now. Wow. Oof. Dear, oh dear. Join as many networks and as many groups and follow as many threads of opportunity as you can. So one of the best things for my journey and my growth has been joining like groups and memberships and, paying for courses. I'm not going to plug mine, but like anything where you're surrounded by people like you who want to do better and want to meet like-minded people. It's really, really important that you surround yourself with people like this, because in your day-to-day life, you probably don't have access to people of this caliber, to people of, or people with the same ambition as you and people who want to do what you do. I remember when I was 21, 22, I was starting to look at online, like the online space. And then I started getting really into fitness. And I felt like an alien. I felt like no one was like me. And I thought to myself, am I a weirdo? Am I strange? Okay, yeah, maybe I am a bit strange. But then I joined a few groups, like online clubs, I guess, where you'd pay. It would be like a community, there'd be calls, there'd be chat rooms, blah, blah, blah. You'd do in-person meetups, and suddenly you realise, okay, we may be a rare breed, but we are out there. And, there's a couple of guys in here now. One of them, Nick, I'm staying with. Ben's just come in, we're doing some work. You can message people like this, and they will say, hey, let's go and work. Let's go and build our business. Let's go to the gym or, whatever. Maybe even let's just go for a pint. But you are motivated by them. They push you. You push them. You learn things from them. And you feel a sense of community. You feel like you're not a weirdo. You're not on your own. And that is it's the single best thing I ever did for my business. Work flows to you. Relationships flow to you. You build a network. And you feel a lot more connected, less alone. And I think that's one of the best things, is to build your friendship group and your circle, I guess, in your 20s. And honestly, your circle is going to change in your 20s. My circle from when I started, let's say, university to where I am now is markedly different to let's say the circle at the start is markedly different to the circle now. It's not a bad thing. It's just it's evolution. You feel, I guess, happier, more content if you intentionally build out the people that you hang around with and that you communicate with daily, because a lot of the time your friendships are just formed in school or university, and you're kind of lumped together. You don't actively go and find these people, and so when you do, it's just so much more rewarding. And what I'm going to do is just unlock my phone for the outro, because I want to get this right. It's important. So I've put here in the notes, the main thing is that you come out with as minimal regret as possible, having built a foundation for your 30s to really change your life. And that's what it's all about. You can have fun, you can do that. Your 20s are long enough that you can mess about for years. As I say, I only really started like at ground zero really when I was about 24 with the Squarespace web design business. Things have only really taken off from 25, 26. So over the past 2 or 3 years, I cracked like the 100k barrier, then 200, and then 300 this tax year just gone. And that's in pounds. And I feel like that will just scale up into my 30s, but that's because I made every single mistake under the sun. I just messed up so much, but learned so much because I went out, found people who were like me. I was willing to fail. I was willing to do all of this. And now the foundation is set. I'm healthy. I have good habits, discipline. The people around me, I'm inspired by them. They're amazing. I get amazing opportunities like this all the time. And it's just, life's enjoyable. I have, a purpose. I'm working towards something, building things, building a community, building a business, building hundreds of sites for clients all around the world. And that's because I tried every skill. And so if I could sum it up in a nutshell, if you are just entering your 20s and you want success in your 30s, or you just want to enjoy life in your 30s, well, go find people that you love spending time with, enjoy that time, build a skill, and live life, scale. That's like live, laugh, love. But find the people who you love, spend time with them, work on that skill, scale that skill, and go and fail as much as you can. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. And if you want to drop a comment below, then I'd love to hear from you as well.